Still largely unknown to the outside world, the island of Bahrain lies at the center of a market of tens of millions of potential leisure and tourist visitors from the Arab world, Asia and Europe. Bahrain is almost the only country in the region that can freely offer its hospitality, openness, liberalism, climate, history and island culture. A new tourist industry can emerge in Bahrain if the government meets all the necessary requirements for developing the southern territories and creating a strong symbolic image to turn the island into a truly international star destination. The Ministry of Housing and Agriculture has therefore now launched a detailed study for a conceptual long-term strategic development plan for tourism and leisure. The French Touristic Development Group of Consultants will perform the study. The goal is to define an ambitious development policy in three main points. Firstly, to protect the fragile environment, the landscape and the historical heritage of Bahrain, because any deterioration could kill future tourist development. The key zones are the southern desert, the seabeds in the eastern straits and the Hawar archipelago. Secondly, to create a new zone devoted to tourism off the southwestern coast, built on the shallow land-filled seabed. Thirdly, Bahrain is to have a major attraction with universal appeal. Bab el Soum, gateway to the sea, gateway to the Isles. The strategic plan to be put before His Royal Highness the Emir and the government will set out to preserve the desert landscapes, the eastern straits, the reefs and the reserves for migrant birds in the Hawar Islands by creating a huge desert and island natural sanctuary. The next step focuses the development of tourist and leisure activities on building a peninsula extended by an archipelago that will form a labyrinth of islands of approximately 20 square kilometers. The complex of islands with its own management body will offer a variety of man-made landscapes designed to resemble nature. Success will depend on Bahrain's ability to offer unique new leisure activities in an ecological setting. New land devoted to leisure and relaxation will rise from the sea. Over the next 15 years, the project will involve the construction of 35,000 tourist beds and 65,000 residential beds, thus creating 25,000 new jobs. An extra 3.5 million tourists are expected, doubling current business. For construction to run as smoothly as possible, the new Ras Al Matala Peninsula will be linked to Manama and the international airport by a 4-lane motorway. Designed like a resort town, the peninsula is centered on a port for island ferries, yachts, pleasure craft and fishing boats. Ras Al Matala will be the new fashionable resort in the Gulf, rivaling El Gouna and Dubai. At the heart of the resort is an airstrip, providing direct access for air shuttles and private jets to the peninsula's hotels, golf courses and beaches. Stylish town life revolves around a university, a performing arts centre, a bazaar, souks and shopping centres. The port facilities can take ships of up to 5 meters draft. The port provides access to the archipelago to the south and beyond, the Hawar Islands, the Qatar coast and the Arabian Gulf for cruises of all types. A city in the sea, beating to the rhythm of the visiting cruise ships and bathing in the magical atmosphere of the surrounding ocean. Inland, the countryside has been designed to include 5 international-class golf courses and a car park linking the piers to the residential areas, resorts, bays and beaches. In the archipelago, each island's unique landscape has been created as if the wind and currents had deposited the sands. The architects and engineers of the French consortium have invented this deposit geography specially for Bahrain. The archipelago has been designed so as to enhance its dreamlike atmosphere. A canal meanders between the islands, keeping land transport for logistic use. The canal and its secondary channels provide an infinite number of routes between villages and hotels. Passing beneath the shade of the forest arcades created in the heart of the palm groves, it brings us to our ultimate destination. Bahrain's magnet, Bab el-Si, Bab el-Sum, the maritime city emerging from the sunset haze of Hid al-Bahrain and Ras al-Bahr. Above the seas, this dream city will be the new heart of the Arab world, a destination designed for happiness with a unique atmosphere. This will be the emblem of Bahrain, the monument that today's princes would leave to future generations for their prosperity and reconciliation.